Shalom and welcome once again to the Light to the Nations channel. It's been a really long day, but sometimes I don't feel tired to share the word of YaHuWaH. I think this is something that fills our hearts, fills our beings, and is the best thing we can do with our time. So, this has been a wonderful day. I shared a few minutes ago the results of the sundial at solar noon. This is an amazing witness of that is confirming basically that yesterday, on Tuesday 19th of March, according to the Gregorian calendar, was the equinox. And this is exactly according what the scripture tells us, how the revelation on the book of Hanoch revealed us that the year is having 364 days and the equinox is happening on the third day of the week after the completion of the revolution of the sun. This is really amazing. I have been in this journey and sharing all these videos with you since 2017. When I was able to be witness for the first time on this calendar, and it's been 3 years in a row where we have been able to witness together through these videos on the amazing work of YaHuWaH and the creation, the laws that he put in the luminaries, how his creation works. And this is, for me so awesome and so amazing to be witness once again of this. So, in the video that I was sharing with you this morning about the moon, I faced some technical problems with one of the applications I used to share the screens. And I was not able to show you in Stellarium the movement of the moon as the reference that what we can see with our eyes and what's happening tonight actually. So, I want to fix that and to share the screens with you in this short video. But I want to expand a little bit what I was mentioning in the video this morning. And what I want to do, I want to share with you basically what I was able to see in the previous years related to the revolution of the moon and the sign of the moon, and how this perfectly aligned to what is revealed in the book of Hanoch, what is revealed in the book of Jubilees, and what is revealed also in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And as I told you in that video, the sign of the moon was one of the signs that helped me to understand also this calendar. And let me share the screen with you, and we will do the exercise together. So basically what you have here on the screen, let me zoom this a little bit more, is basically what I have been able to track in these few years related to the revolution of the sun. If you see, basically I started this journey measuring the equinox on Tuesday, March 21st, 2017. That was the day 364, was the 4th intercalary day of that period. So basically the new year started on March 22nd and last until March 20 on 2018. And we were able to witness once again the equinox happening on a 364 days period of time, meaning that the following year started on Wednesday, March 21st, 2018, and lasted, according to the witnesses I have been sharing these two days with you, until the Tuesday, March 19, 2019, meaning that the new year started on Wednesday, March the 20th, 2019. I know, and it's important, I was telling you in the previous videos, we need to wait for the sign of the moon in order to complete the witnesses of the year, and this is exactly what we will share. So basically I started to measure the revolution of the sun and to be witness of the equinox and to be witness of the truth of this calendar on March 21st. But if I do the calculation, and this is exactly the exercise that it did back then in 2017, do the calculation, when was the first day on that year, and doing the math basically with the 364 days, it means that that year started on Wednesday, March 23, 2016. And you know, I was able to get some information from our beloved brother Jerry Morris, that he was able to measure back then the beginning of the year exactly on this date. So that was a confirmation from a brother that he was able to measure and define that that year started on March 23, 2016. So when I was studying the book of Hanoch, studying the calendar, studying the book of Jubilees, I came to the realization and to the understanding about the revolution of the moon. Part of it I was sharing this with you in the previous video, but I also understood that the moon had a revolution that was not that longer than the sun. So it wasn't 364 days. The moon every year was separating herself from the sun in 10 days. So basically the revolution of the moon is only 354 days. So 10 days separating from the sun per year, meaning that in 1 year is going to be 10 days, in 2 years it's going to be 20 days, in 3 years it's going to be 30 days separation from the sun. And this is, you can read it in the book of Hanoch, you can read it in the book of Jubilees. If you have not done it, my invitation is for you is to do it, to read it. Also read the Dead Sea Scrolls. If I have the chance to share more information about the moon in more videos, I will do it, and I will share these passages with you as well. But you can read it by yourself, and you can research this information just to confirm my words today. So coming back to the table again, by doing this exercise, I was able to identify that, and using a stellarium back then, that in the very same day, on March 23, 2016, also a full moon appeared on the sky. Okay, so what I did basically, I started to measure the revolution of the moon, meaning that the day 354 that year was accomplished on Saturday, March 11, 2017, meaning that the new day of the revolution of the moon was on Sunday, March 12, 2017. If we do exactly the same exercise with the 354 days for the revolution of the moon, the next revolution of the moon started on Thursday, March 1st, 2018. And we see here the separation. If I calculate the separation between when the year, according to the revolution of the sun, started versus when the revolution of the moon started that year, there was a 10-day separation, specifically and exactly how is revealed on the Devar of YaHuWaH. The same on the next year was a 20-day separation if you do the math. And meaning that the next year, on 2019, the revolution of the moon started on the 18th of February 2019, meaning a 30 days difference. And the revelation that is being discover on these books that are part of the book of Hanoch and the book of Jubilees, we can consider this part of the scripture, that we need to add 30 days in order to align the revolution of the moon to the revolution of the sun. So if we add the 30 days, and this is the amazing thing, the 30 days to when the revolution of the sun is supposed to start here, and it started actually, we end up on Wednesday, March the 20th, exactly the same day when the year is starting now. Okay? So if all this information sounds confusing to you, go back, listen again, check again. You can do exactly the same exercise we are going to do with the Stellarium now. And if you have any doubts, send me an email, lightoeverynation@gmail.com. I can try to answer as soon as possible to you. So we see here the first confirmation, just doing calculations, when the revolution of the moon should start, the separation of 10 days per year, the exact separation. So how we can confirm all of this, if this is in the past, there we can use this tool, amazing tool, Stellarium, in order to see what's the revolution of the moon. And for sure we can witness this with our own eyes tonight, how the lesser light, the moon, is ruling the night. Okay, so let me share with you the Stellarium. It's over here. So I'm gonna put the dates smaller here. So we are gonna start with the first day, Wednesday, March 23, 2016. Okay, March 23, 2016, and this is set to Santiago, the place that I live. So is March 23, 2016. And I took out the atmosphere, so it's going to be much easy to see the sun and the moon. And we see here the sun on the 23 rising. And keep in mind the revelation of the book of Hanoch saying that the moon will get full on the day when the sun is setting on the west and she rised on the east that night and rule during the entire night that night. And at the moment when she's setting, the sun is rising, and both of them are seen against each other in the sky. So this is the sign that we are looking for in March 23. So we see the sun ruling the day. Let me put the atmosphere just for you to see. It's day. And you see the sun setting. Okay. This is the day 23. And let me show you again. It's exactly the same day when the year begins. So what we are looking for, this is the moment when the sun is setting on the west, and what we need to see is basically the moon rising on the east after the sun was set on the west. And we see here the moon rising on the east. And let me put, just for you to see, is 99.7% just as a reference. And you know, if the luminaries are doing the movement that is described according to the revelation of Hanoch, we don't even need to take a look on the percentage of illumination on the moon. It's not even necessary, because if this is following the pattern that is revealed on the scriptures in the book of Hanoch, it's more than enough in order to understand that this is the night and this is the day when the moon is becoming full. So what we need to see is that during that night, the moon is ruling the night. And what we are looking for, that at the moment before the moon set, the sun needs to arise, and we need to see both of them in the sky. And this is exactly what's going on. This is really amazing, and this is what I was able to find back then, that really happened on the 23. So by doing the calculation, what I was looking for, that the next revolution, yearly revolution of the moon, should happen on March the 12th, 2017. So let's do exactly the same exercise. March the 12th, 2017. So basically, this day is when the sun at the moment is setting on the west. After that the sun has set, the moon should arise on the east. And this is exactly what we see. Just for the reference, it's 99.8. So the moon is ruling the entire night. And before the moon is setting, we see the sun rising on the east, and both of them are seen in the sky. Another confirmation that is following exactly the pattern as revealed in the book of Hanoch. So let's do in the following year. This is March 1st. That's going to be the first day of the revolution, the yearly revolution of the moon. So we need to find exactly the same pattern. Now the separation will be 20 days if I calculate this from 2016 onward. So let's look for March 1st, 2018. There we have. So what we are looking for, the sun ruling the day, and at the moment that is setting on the west, after the sun has set, the moon is rising on the east. And the moon, just for the reference, is 99.9. And the moon is ruling the night as being revealed in the scripture. And before the moon is setting, we see that the sun rises, and both of them are being seen in the sky. Let's continue. The next one is February 18, 2019. You know, every time that I see this, it fills my heart. This is the work of our Elohim. This is so amazing how we can see His hand in everything He does, in the creation, and how everything works so perfectly. This is only amazing, only amazing. So let's check the following, and in this part is the interesting situation, because we see that now when the revolution of the moon should start, we have a 30 days difference between the moon and the sun. And the revelation in the book of Hanoch, in the book of Jubilees, in the Dead Sea Scroll, in the scripture, it says that in order to align the moon and the sun, 30 days should be added to the moon. And if we do that, basically, as I told you, we will end up on the Wednesday, March the 20th. And let's check that day, Wednesday, March the 20th, because it's when everything is reset, and when we are able to see the Otot, the sign of the creation. As we review in the video in this morning, the creation, in the creation week, when the luminaries were created and set on the sky, the moon was a full moon. So it's in this day, on Wednesday, the fourth day of the week, the fourth day of the YaHuWaH, is when we can see every 3 years the sign of the creation, the Otot of the luminaries, the sun and the moon together, the full moon and the sun together in the sky. So let's check on the 2019 on the 20th, and this is exactly what's happening tonight. Okay, so we see the sun rising and setting on the west. And after the sun has set, we see the moon rising on the east. And just for the reference, 99.8, and the moon ruling the entire night has been described in the scriptures, the amazing revelation. And we see before the moon is setting, the moon and the sun together in the sky. It's exactly the thought and the sign we are looking for tomorrow morning. So let me go back. So those are the screens that I were not able to share this morning, but now you can see it. You can see the amazing work of YaHuWaH and how the creation works, how the revolution of the moon works. It's something for me that is so amazing, because that's the witness we are looking for. The scripture says that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, everything is going to be established. And that's why YaHuWaH is faithful to his word, and he has established 3 witnesses in the sky: the sun, the moon, and the stars. And all of them together works in order to reveal how to measure the days and the years, in order to establish the Moedim, in order to establish the plan and the calendar that YaHuWaH has set to his people Israel. So, as I invited you, and if you are watching this before the sunrise, go outside, go early, and take a look to the skies, and be witness of the revolution, and be witness of the sign, be witness of the testimony of the moon, in order to define and determine the calendar of YaHuWaH. I'm recording some videos with my testimony. I hope that I'm going to be able to share this with you, and I hope to be able to see the moon and the sun in the sky in the morning. So if you're able to see it as well and to be witness, remember, you don't need anything else than your own eyes. So if you're able to be a witness of that sign, share it with us. I think it's important that we share our own experiences with others. So this is in order to build up the body of Mashiach, the people of YaHuWaH. So thank you once again to Araba once again for joining me in this journey. It's an amazing journey. Thank you for your prayers. They were so helpful in order to be able to move forward in this crazy day that was for me. You cannot imagine, believe me. But thanks to your prayer, YaHuWaH was with me. He helped me, and let's wait for the sign. And hopefully in the coming days I will be sharing the calendar with all of you. Laila Tov, YaHuWaH be with you all, and Shalom. See you in the next video.